Welcome to Atom Bigg Cricket Podcast. I'm Srinath, your host. I'm joined with Maitreya, my co-host, and a special person is joining with us, making his sixth appearance on this podcast. It's Mr. Vijay Lokapally, one of the most famous and respected sports journalists in India. And he will be no longer a guest on our podcast. He will be joining us week after week of this new special series called Lokapally, Srinath, and Krishna's cricket wrap-up. So this new special series is where we get every week and to discuss about debatable topics and news of cricket. So how are you? Hope you're staying safe.
Absolutely, Chiru. And I'm so happy to be here and happy to be the host or co-host with two young people, two very good cricket minds. And in fact, you make me nervous because I sometimes wonder what kind of questions you're going to throw at me. So I'll also be now what should I say? I would be grilling you with some questions, but it's wonderful to be here. And if you say famous, it's only because of people like you who appreciate and respect our work. So let's go ahead.
Yes, a little bit of information of this segment. It will be premiering on YouTube and all podcast platforms on every Thursday at 6 p.m. And this series, we are starting it after our 50th episode. So a great adventure we had. And now we start this new special series. Should be very good for us. So Maitreya, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm doing good.
Well, a kind request to all our listeners that you should join us on Discord to chat with us about cricket. You can share your thoughts, memes, stats, and everything because you will be able to chat with us about cricket. So, and also you should support our show on buymeacoffee.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and wherever we are present on. Let's start the mainstream, sir. We'll talk about Ollie Robinson's suspension. Yes, that's the biggest cricket news in this week. He debuted for England in this recent test versus New Zealand. He took a brilliant spell of 7 wickets, but he won't be playing the second test because of his racial tweets that he tweeted 80 years ago. So there is a lot of controversy around this because that was too old, and when he was probably 18 or 19 years old when he tweeted. So some people say that's the right punishment. Some people say that's overreaction, or I don't know if I'm good in my words. But Vijay sir, what do you say? How do you feel about this controversy?
Yeah. See, Chiru and Krishna, I think it's very sad because somebody who makes a wonderful debut at Lords, you always dream of doing well at Lords, and he plays his first test match, does well, and then he ends up being suspended for something which he did many years ago. But that is not to condone what he did. I feel punishment was needed because the England Cricket Board, I think they're very, very keen to send out a strong message. As it happens, Chiru, you remember how football world was rocked by these racist remarks. And there have been many, many incidents. And in cricket also, if you remember, many years ago, Arjuna Ranatunga had raised this point of, racist remarks. And then I remember Viv Richards at different point in his career taking up this issue as for people making racist remarks. Michael Holding had his own versions, has his own stories. So at some point, everyone would have come across these insensitive remarks. And I remember, Chiru, when I went to South Africa in 1992 for the first time on the cricket tour, there were a couple of incidents where people made a nasty remark. Once I remember I had gone to buy pizza. They made a very bad remark, snatched my pizza and threw it on the floor. So I have had some unpleasant experiences, once in New Zealand, once in Australia. So I am an ordinary person. So when sportsmen are subjected to racist remarks, when sportsmen make racist remark, they make big news, and it is not good for the sport. If you see, Robinson may have made that remark, but that doesn't mean that he he can escape punishment. And in these times, you have to be very, very careful what you say in social media or what you say in private conversations, because people have come to realize that this is not done. So I think it's not overreaction. ECB has taken the right step. At least it is sending a strong message that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated, and these kind of approach will not be tolerated, and there is no room for racism in sport. If you see, sport is the only place where you all bind together. It doesn't really matter what color you are or what language you speak. It is the sport that you pursue. So I feel it was appropriate. But what is your take, Chiru? What do you feel?
Well, for me, I think it was neutral. I'm neutral because he deserves a punishment, but at the same time, it was a lot of years ago. So I thought the punishment should be small, maybe not big. Only this New Zealand test, the test, and he should resume his career after that. That's what I think. Let's see what Maitra has in his tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel he should be punished. So what he has done, it cannot go unpunished. But that doesn't mean that his whole career is put at stake, because I feel he made a really good debut as a bowler. He took 7 wickets, and then in one innings he batted and he hit 42 runs. So I feel that's a very good kind of debut that he had thought of, and he got it. So I feel as a player, if you see, I feel he can be a good player to the England team, and he can cover up or I can say he can make it up. So he can make it up to them, and by playing good cricket, and from now on he can make it up to those mistakes by not doing such things. So I feel not making those tweets and trying to change himself. And since I feel it has happened 8 years ago, so I feel it's really too late, and I feel he could have changed, because those days he would have been different. There would have been different situations. So we don't know under what circumstances he tweeted those things. So we don't know what trauma he had or anything. So it's very different for 8 years ago and now. I feel it's very different, and the justice was given really late. I feel the punishment was given really late, and he would have realized his mistake by now. So I feel punishing him now, I feel, isn't the good thing. But I feel it was a really big punishment, but it should have been reduced, a small punishment like 5-match ban or something like that, but not a whole career ban, because that will cost him his dreams and everything. So it will again put him back into the state that he was. He has changed now, but again he might go back into that emotionally disturbed state. So we shouldn't want that to happen to him. So I feel he should be given a less sentence, and or the ban should be reduced so that he can continue his career. So that's what I feel.
Very, very, very well said, Krishna, because don't worry, I don't think they will give him an extended long ban, because that will not happen. That will not be the right way to tackle the issue, and he will get to play. I'm sure he'll come back at some point because he's still young, and there is no reason why they should give him a long ban. So, yes, Chiru, we can go ahead with the...
Sir, like we can talk about how long the suspension could be. So I thought it could be only versus this New Zealand as the only remaining test, and I think he should be coming back after this test suspension. While at the same time, ECB will be investigating into his tweets, and I don't know what they do. But if I ask you to, how long could it be? Like, what would your answer be?
I think, like Krishna said, it should be maybe this the 2 test matches remaining this remaining test match, and then it can be, he's already apologized. He's given his apology unconditional. He's feeling bad about it, and there should be an avenue to reform. I mean, if you see in today's world, even hardened criminals are given a platform to reform themselves. People are in all the jails. There is a reform program in place where they want to give an opportunity to the criminals to change their attitude to life. So, and this guy is not Ollie is not a criminal. He's made a mistake. It's a very, very bad thing what he did. These racist remarks have no place in today's society, and they have to be eradicated. And if he misses a test match, I think it will be an appropriate punishment for him.
And also there were some things that came out, sir, like some people asked ECB or questioned BCCI, I mean ECB, on why that investigation or whatever could not be done before selecting him. Why it's done on his test debut. So they should have done it earlier. So that's what some people said. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's very easy to be wise after the event. You know, how many people knew that he had made this such a tweet? He was playing county cricket all these years. Nobody objected, and somebody had obviously saved these tweets and was waiting for an opportunity to put them on social media, and that is how it came to the notice of the ECB. So it's very easy to say now that why did not ECB check on his background, but how many of us knew that Ollie had made such racist remarks? Not even his colleagues who have played with him all these years. What do you say, Krishna? Is it now fair to blame the ECB for not having checked his antecedents?
So it is really different, because I feel as a county cricket, as you have said, sir. So as a county cricket, when he had played, he was not that famous, and these things were not looked into. And after he has made his debut, they are being looked into. So I feel they should have done these investigations a little earlier. And when they're selecting a player itself, I feel from now on, at least from now on, they should look into his background and see if there are no such mistakes. Because after he has made a dream debut and after he has done really well, he should not be deprived of playing more matches for the team. So I feel that will be really heartbreaking for the player itself. So before choosing the player itself into the squad, I feel they should do all the background checks and whatever they think needed. So I feel that should be the way to approach from next time, because I feel this time it was a bit disorganized. So speaking ECB, if you see, they have been a top class like BCCI. They have been the country's most cricket board, the top cricket board. So I feel these are the mistakes they will learn from. So next time they'll be more organized. And this is, as Sarah said, this is a message to those people to not put those racist comments and anything. So I feel it will be more of a message, as well as it will be even ECB learning to be more organized next time. So it will be a lesson for every one of us, not only for the player who's been banned. For everyone, it will be a learning lesson. That's what I feel.
Correct, Krishna, but maybe they can include a clause now that when a player qualifies to play, they will ask him to put it in writing that in the past, have you made any racist remark in your private life or on social media? So if the player before being selected, they will ask him to come clear if he has made such remarks in his career.
And also there
Yes,
is
sir.
technology and people who can go into the history of social media. So if people can scroll down to their first tweets or their first posts, we know, because like how people scroll down to Ollie Robinson, there could be people appointed for doing this. I'm not sure if it could happen, but that's one thing that could happen.
It could happen, and maybe they might ask their players not to go on social media for a while.
Matre, I'm coming into you first for this. There was another England cricketer caught for this racist tweets, and he made it at the age of 15. So ECB are doing their usual homework. So like there are a lot of cricketers coming out. So what do you think of that?
Yes, so I feel that is a thing that needs to be checked, because people cannot comment whatever they like on social media, because I feel now, since everyone is using social media, I feel they're commenting whatever they like. They can give their opinions, but not in a very harsh way, and not these opinions. So I feel, as I've said earlier, I feel when they're recruiting or when they're taking the player into this team itself, I feel they need to check their background, I feel, thoroughly. And even not only for the England team, I feel even when the county crickets, even when the county team players, I feel they have to be checked. Because see, we have seen Robinson, he came into the spotlight after he made his debut. So I feel that should not be the case. Every player should be check then itself, because I feel players, everyone start their career at a small age because they start training itself at that age. So I feel 15 years is a time when I feel they made their decision that they would become a cricketer. So they would have started training as a cricketer. Some would have joined county cricket, or like in India, Ranji Trophy, they would have joined. So they would have started the domestic career early. So that is the age when, since we have found out that many people are commenting this things. So I feel that is the age when they need to be stopped, put on the right track. And when the team are taking new players in, they should make sure that all their social media accounts and everything are checked, and they should be really disciplined. So I feel that is one thing. Even from the county cricket, from the level, they should start, so that when it comes as a players in the England team, when they play, I feel it should not become a big problem. So if they start from the root level itself, I feel it will not become a big problem like how it is today. So I feel checking all the players can be a good thing, but players may complain about privacy and any other things. So that might also be one problem, but we have to see, because there are many people thinking about it, and there's a lot to do about it. This is a new angle. Till now, I feel whatever people made comments, they would have told it loudly, or not social media. Social media is a thing that has come from the last 10 to 15 years. So I feel this will be a new step in the cricket field. So I feel this will be a new thing to look into, and there are many experts. So I feel that they should check all the cricketers, and they should not. The cricketers also, if they didn't make any mistake, they would not object to it, because who are clean cricketers, I feel they will not object to them checking their accounts or anything. So I feel they should make the move of checking from the root level itself. I feel then these controversies won't happen. This big nothing will happen, I feel.
Okay, so Vijay, so what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's explained it very beautifully, Krishna, and there is it's a concern now. I mean, there's one name, there may be more names coming up, and in other cricket boards, you never know, and which is definitely not good for the game, because it can do without all these controversies. As it is, cricket has so many controversies. Every series, something or other crops up. In these franchisee private leagues, something or other crops up, and the game doesn't need all this controversy, if you ask me. And here, unfortunate, it has come at the start of what many are perceiving as a very good cricket season. After this, India is going to play a test series against England, a very high-profile test series. So this kind of puts people off before the big competition. But I'm happy at least efforts are being made and strong messages are being sent that there is no place for racism in sport.
Yeah, it's a very good step, as you said, sir, because not only in social media, it should be removed from the heart itself. So sports is one area that people enjoy and people see a lot. So if those cricketers are called role models and whatever you say, because we say MS Dhoni, we say Virat Kohli, or if some people like them are towards this racism, then of course the people will get influenced by it. So this is a right step done by ECB, but I urge all cricket boards to go after it, and maybe we can remove racism from sports.
You rest assured, all cricket boards are going to go after all this now. They will be doubly sure. They'll be extra careful, and they don't want bad publicity. So this is just the beginning.
Okay, the next topic we are going to talk about is ICC's event cycle from 2024 to 2031. So ICC have brought back Champions Trophy. There's a lot of update on this cycle. Let's talk about that, sir. 8 men's limited over tournaments in this cycle, and also there will be 4 World Test Championship finals, 250 World Cups, and this 50 over World Cups will have 14 teams, and World T20s will have 20 teams. So ICC are assuring that associates countries and the smaller countries come and compete in this big tournament. So this is a big step. Earlier BCCI, ECB, and Cricket Australia, they didn't agree to this because the T20 leagues might be destroyed. So they came and agreed to all these things. So it's a new step from ICC and a big step for cricket. A lot of countries are going to come out and they're going to compete at the highest level. So how do you both feel about this? I feel really good. I think this is a real good step, and I don't mind even if IPL isn't conducted in that enthusiasm. I think players from Zimbabwe or all those associates countries will be able to perform well, and they will understand ICC's tournaments much better.
Absolutely, Chiru, and you'll have more teams, so it'll have the game will grow. It will have new stars coming up. It'll have players of different styles coming up, and you never know which lesser known nation will come up and then surprise some of these bigger countries. Because cricket has to grow. You cannot have just India, England, Australia, New Zealand kind of dominating world cricket. You have to have new champions. That is what the sport is about. And that's one reason why, if you see, other sports have grown. They continue to throw up new champions. They continue to throw up new role models. And here, it is a good sign. It's a good step. My only worry is that it should not devalue the competition when you throw in more and more big teams, because some of the matches could become lopsided. So you will have to prepare those teams well, the new coming teams, and see. It's quite easy for them to adapt to T20 because that format suits everybody. It will be always challenging to prepare good test teams. So the ICC to tackle, but you are right. I mean, more teams will mean more spectators, which will mean more recognition, and truly, cricket has to become a global game because it will be going to the Olympics also. So that, I think, is a good step.
So Matra, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I feel if I have a choice of international cricket growing or club cricket growing, I would really prefer international cricket, because in cricket, if you see, compared to other sports, especially football, if you compare, in football there are so many countries playing, and cricket, I feel, has just 10 to 15 countries. So I feel if we concentrate more on international cricket and go for increasing the number of tournaments played, and it will get new winners and new countries to come up. So I feel the cricket also will spread more into every other country, especially in Europe. I feel it's only England or just few countries playing. But if you see football, there are a lot of European countries playing, and Asian countries also play. India also plays. So I feel compared to any other sport, I feel cricket has a very less number of countries playing in it, and to make it grow, I feel we need to increase it internationally. So playing in more number of series, getting to play more number of international tournaments, I feel will allow it to gain more popularity and bring cricket to other countries also. So it will bring cricket to other countries, and even other countries will get to play. If they increase the number of teams playing in a World Cup or in any such tournaments, I feel that also will be a big step. So I feel international cricket, I feel it might be a bit tight for the players to be playing, because some players play different leagues around the world. They play in IPL, they play in BBL, they play in CPL, different leagues they play, and even they play for the country. So it might be tight for them, and they need to make choices. They need to maybe give up playing in the league. So I feel it will be tough for every player to play which to play, and I really think that they will prefer their country more than clubs. So I feel putting a World Cup or some international tournament every year will allow cricket to gain more popularity, as well as it will be a really good step in taking cricket towards a bigger thing. So I feel that will be a really good step. I would really appreciate it.
Let's go down to this broadcasting rights. So I actually don't know about anything about that. I had to read about almost 10 articles to understand that, literally. So this is something, sir. I didn't actually understand the whole thing, Vijay sir. Like how Star Sports, in this cycle they have bought all the rights. So will it be like the next cycle? Will it be only Star, or like how is it? I read a ton of articles but never understood anything about it.
No, broadcasting rights are like if you see in India, right? There are two major broadcasters, Sony and Star, and Star is now being taken over by Disney Sports. So it will depend on who pays how much. Broadcasting rights are the most attractive when it comes to raising your revenue, and it also is a very distinctive style of showing the games. Sony has different programming. Star Sports has different programming. Sky Sports has very different programming in England. If you see the same for Channel 7 in Australia, SABC in South Africa has its own strong points. So they add to the what should I say, the entertainment value. Broadcasting has grown manifold in the sense it brings you revenues. So it'll every time they will have to win the rights, and that is how it is going to be. You have to the best the broadcaster who pays the best broadcasting fee to the host nation will get the right. So it's good competition. It allows you to watch cricket very differently, different set of commentators and different kind of presentations. So broadcasting actually has contributed hugely to the popularity of cricket, because earlier you would only get to read reports, or you would get to see matches if you went to the ground, but all that has changed now.
The next topic is IPL in the UAE. It'll be played from September 19 to October 15. That's the news that we got here. It looks very tight, sir, because England players are likely to miss out IPL. And I'm sure a lot of other overseas players are going to withdraw from this tournament because it's just before the World T20 Cup. And countries need their players to play cricket, to play in the World T20 Cup. So how much is it going to cost IPL? I think it will cost very much. Yes, there will be replacements. Some players unsold in that auction may come in, but again, I don't think it will be. I don't think a lot of players are going to turn around. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, Chiru, I think it will lose a lot of its sheen, because if, like you say, some top players will be missing, foreign players will be missing, and the fact that it is very close to the World T20, which means effectively players are not going to give their best, because when you stretch yourselves, you end up inviting injuries. So nobody would like to take risk. You may play your franchisee, but ultimately what matters is when you turn up for your country, and that is what the cricket fans would want, because they want their players to give their best when they're playing for their respective countries and not for the franchisee. You can always be a CSK fan or a Mumbai Indians fan, but there is nothing bigger than being the India fan, because after all, it is a game which was always played between the countries and not franchisees, unlike football. So it could be a diluted one, as it is very close to the World Cup. So players are not going to stretch themselves. They are not going to push themselves. It could well be a very disappointing IPL, but then they have a commitment to complete it because of financial and contractual obligations. So that's how it's going to be. But I will not be very keen to watch this IPL, because there is too much of cricket happening in any case, Chiru. And if I have to keep myself fresh for the World T20, I would keep my energies for the World T20, because if it doesn't happen in India, it will happen in UAE. So I want to be fresh to watch the World T20.
Yes, as you started about the World T20 Cup, it's more BCCI has seeken more time for this to decide whether it's going to be hosted in India or the UAE. So it will be disappointing if it is not in India, because we love if it was in India or if it were to be in India. But like, Maitreyi, I'm coming to you for this. How do you think of this? Where do you prefer, in the UAE or in India?
Yeah, so I feel right now it's not about preferring, because right now in India there are a lot of COVID cases, and we have seen so many people are being affected. So I feel if this stops by then, if this goes down, I feel then they can host it in India. But in UAE compared to India right now, I feel UAE doesn't have many cases like how it is in India. It's not that so many cases. So I feel that's the reason as of now, if you look, if India is going to continue like this, I feel it should be in UAE, because the players health is the first thing, and we would like the players to be in a safe place and play. So looking at from that perspective, I would really like to be in UAE. But if the condition in India improve by the time, it might be in November or October, it might be at that time. So by that time, if the condition in India improves and the cases go less, I feel then they can hold it in India itself, because in India we have a lot of stadiums. In UAE, if you look from this perspective, UAE has just 3 stadiums, and we need to keep on playing in those three, all the teams. But India has a lot of stadiums. India has about 50 to 53 stadiums like that. So I feel that will give a lot more advantage from this view. But so it just depends, and I feel they'll mostly prefer the number of COVID cases at that time and look into it. So as per the health, I feel UAE, because the players' health are important. But if you see according to venues, and if you see from that perspective, I feel we need to go in India. So it just depends on the number of COVID cases and the how it increases or decreases. It just depends on that. That's all.
Yeah, we're less than 9 days to World Test Championship final. Uh, I'm pretty excited. I'm geared up for everything. I'm ready to watch the finals, for sit for 5 days straight and watch the finals. We have seen that ad from Star Sports, Arsha Bogle's voice and the BGM. It brought me emotions, and like, I'm excited for this World Test Championship final. How are you all gearing up?
I'm also excited too.
Yeah.
I mean, so the first time we are having this World Test Championship, and yes, I hope it we end up with a good Test match. You can't take New Zealand lightly, and it is a history-making step, because we are going to have these World Test Championships regularly. So it will be great to win the Test match and then go into the England series, because it will give the team a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and I am really excited because this is the first edition of the World Test Championship, and it was affected by the COVID-19, because some teams couldn't play all the matches, and it was the points were now seen in a different way by the percentages of winning. So it had taken a new turn, and India had come to the finals. The way India fought from the Australia series and then the England series, so they lost and they came back and they kept winning. So it was just I really liked from that time. I really wanted India to go to the World Test Championship finals, and we have got New Zealand. So it's a very good opponent. We can't underestimate New Zealand also. And this matches, both the captains are I feel the two of the best Test batsmen, both of them. So it will be an epic face off. So that is what I feel, and I'm really excited for this match. And still 9 more days only, I feel, but still 9 more days. I feel that's a way too long for me to wait. I'm really excited. So that is how I feel.
Yeah, we'll now pick up our best Test batsman. As you said, Maitreya, you included in your sentence. So for me, first you need to pick up top 5, and then you pick up your number 1. I'll go with myself. First, I'll pick up the top 5, and then I choose my number 1. Joe Root, Rishabh Pant, Steve Smith, Pujara, and Labuschagne. I'm not picked up Virat Kohli. I'm not picked up Kane Williamson. I'm not going to the ICC'S rankings, but I think what I think is these players. And if you ask me number 1 Test batsman, yesterday I told Vijay sir it was Steven Smith, but no, today I've changed my mind. I'm picking up Cheteshwar Pujara, because I realized I started batting like Pujara, admiring him batting, and I do admire Steven Smith too. But I think Pujara, the way he took blows in the Gaba test, and like I got a lot of admiration for him, and I think I started admiring Pujara a lot. I started playing like him, so I think I'll go with Cheteshwar Pujara as my number one test batsman. It's time for you two to pick up.
Go ahead, Krishna. I'm very keen to know your best test batsman.
Yes, so I'll go first with the top five. So in my top five, I have Pujara, and then I have Sachin Tendulkar because I've seen
I'm asking
I've seen a
current.
few matches.
Current.
Oh, only current. So I will go for Pujara, and then for Kane Williamson, he'll be in my top five, and then Virat Kohli, and I'll go for Rahane because this time he had not done that well for the past 1 year, but previously he had done really well. So I like Rahane just batting, and my top person is Virat Kohli because currently I feel Virat Kohli is a top player in Test cricket, and the way he is not performing well one match, but he comes back to perform well the next match, and that performance keeps continuing. So I feel, according to me, I feel Virat Kohli, but different people have different opinions. So if it's concerned with my opinion, I feel Virat Kohli is the top Test batsman right now.
Sir, didn't I say that Maitreya will choose Virat Kohli? Yesterday I messaged you, right?
Yeah, no, that's his choice. It's fine. I mean, my top five is very difficult. I'll have Steve Smith, yes, Virat Kohli, Joe Root, Kane Williamson, and Fawad Alam. He's done well for Pakistan. He's come back and he's doing extremely well. I would have put Babar Azam also because he qualifies. I mean, at any point he can be a good test batsman. But I'll pick Kane Williamson for his consistency. You look at the last year; it was fabulous, 2 double hundreds, and he may not have done well in the current test against England. But Kane Williamson to me is a complete test batsman. He can bat in any condition. If you see his technique, if you see his choice of shots, and his occasion when he scores. So to me, I will always buy a ticket to watch Kane Williamson.
Well, that will bring you to the end of today's episode, the first episode of this cricket wrap-up. We'll get back to you every Thursday at 6 p.m. Thank you, Vijay sir, and thank you, Maitreya.
Thank you, Chiru. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you to Akash, who is behind the scenes doing all the recording for us. But thank you very much, and I look forward to the next one.